Presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah. Welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody. We're bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. And every week, it keeps getting a little bit faker and faker. Is that a word? Faker?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Sometimes I question myself.
You should.
You know? When these words come out of my mouth like this, I question myself. Is that a real word? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right?
No.
It's the way language is evolving these days. Everybody used to make fun of people who said bro all the time.
Yeah.
And then we said bro so much making fun of them that now everybody says it.
Yeah, because it's back, dude.
Well, it's not back. It was never here. We made it a thing by making fun of people, and I guess that's how it is. So if you want to know what we're going to be talking about or how we're going to be talking 5 years from now, just look at what we're making fun of now.
Oh, yeah, we're all idiots.
Yeah.
I was going through that. I was using my wife's computer last night because this one's from 2013 because that's how I like it. I don't like the bullshit at the top where you write one word and then it tries to spell out the rest for you. It's generic statements for dumb people, whereas when I talk to you, in an email, I want to say, hey, what's up, shitneck? What are you doing? Apple doesn't recognize the word shitneck.
I mean, you could program that into your dictionary.
Can I?
Yeah.
It's got its own dick on here. You don't say. You don't say, huh? God damn it, man. I just want the new one to come out so I don't have to have that bar up at the top. That's all I'm saying.
What new what?
The new computer is supposed to get rid of that bar at the top where you slide on the sliding scale.
Oh, you
and the
don't
whole
like
fucking
for
thing.
things to be easier.
Nope. I just want them to be very childlike. Simon Says.
What about the
Simon Says.
index fingerprint to unlock the computer?
Don't even bother with that. You know, I've never had a password either on any of my phones or anything.
Well, I'm glad that our corporate files are on your computer with no password. That's dope.
Ah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And now everyone knows that as well.
Well,
What?
look, I don't
They-
think
they
anybody,
don't have a password?
I don't think anybody suspected that fucking Ross was doing the right thing in the first place.
Yeah, the other part about it is I think you know everything about, you know everything. If you grab this, I don't think there would be anything shocking on here where you'd be like, cool, there's 80 dick pics of himself with different lighting and shit, but I don't think
80?
you'd be shocked.
There's way more than 80.
Well, no, I
feel like you have a vault of celebrity dick pics alone.
Giorgio, come on, brother. I chop it down, you know? I gotta have my faves. You put too many on there and it's like, all right, it devalues your dick pic collection. I don't need that in my life, dude. I like a nice tight 80 where it's like, all right, great. And then I'll kind of farm some in and out.
400 to 600. Man needs
What if it was
options.
just all dick pic?
What are you using, Giorgio? Do you have what is that? What is it called? Vault? Photo Vault?
Photo Vault?
Do you use one of those apps that put your
Keeps
pictures
everything?
behind a fucking password or anything?
Actually, no. I don't even keep it online anywhere. It's on a local storage at home.
What do you mean local storage?
It's just on a hard drive. It's not connected to anything.
This
Oh,
is for dirtbags.
You've got an air gapped. See, most people who air gap things are committing crimes.
Yes.
So what's on the drive, Giorgio? I guess is the next question.
If you want to see, it's $5.99, onlyfans.com/just Giorgio.
So it's just pictures and videos of you stuffing shit up your ass. Then.
That's all it is.
Yes.
This is not a mystery. I'm done with this conversation.
Yeah, it's not. You're very close to having Ashley Judd kick in the front door of your house in some type of female.
I don't know who that is.
The actress, she used to do those bullshit Bones movies, and she was solving murders and deaths and
Double Jeopardy.
yeah, yes,
Right?
yes.
What a fucking piece of shit movie that was. Every movie where they try to make the woman some super tough person, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
There have been a couple. G.I. Jane was actually great. That's a great
Was
fucking
it really?
movie. Yeah, that's a really good movie. I mean, look, the accuracy of the whole thing is fucking retarded, obviously, but the movie I thought was pretty good. But enough with Jennifer Lopez. The whole movie, I'll save you fucking whatever amount of time or money your time is worth. The whole movie is abusive husband, right? And she goes to fucking talk to some dude that can help her fight or some shit.
Yeah.
And the whole montage of her training is there'll be this one moment where he gets cocky and lets his guard down and you can do this one move and he'll die. And then that's what happens. You're like, shut the fuck up. Who wrote this? A third grader? Are you kidding me? Piece of shit movie.
Palm strike to the face, Dan. Palm strike to the face.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't we just like? I like the. You know what was a good movie was Zero Dark 30.
Oh yeah, it was a great movie.
Right?
Yeah.
They should make it. They're the book about the female Navy intelligence officer that died.
The
one that Marty's
Yeah,
helping
dude.
write.
Yep.
And her husband Joe was a former special forces
That's
guy.
going to be incredible.
Yeah, that's going to be good. And I hope they better not fuck that movie up either because I will burn down everything.
Exactly. Exactly.
saying.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's a breaking news story, by the way. So we'll start with the movies.
Somebody burned down something?
Close. We'll start with the movies. Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney for the release of Black Widow because she was promised a certain percentage of box office receipts, and the movie went to Disney Plus. In the suit, this is extensive. It's also saying I don't want to star in blockbuster movies anymore because you're pretty much blacklisted.
Right.
In the suit, she's claiming that the executives of Disney pushed the movie online intentionally so that way it would raise the shares of Disney Plus streaming
They're
app.
doing it because nobody's in the fucking theaters yet, asshole.
It got 85 million opening weekend. I mean, that's a lot of fucking money.
Did they sue for Wonder Woman as well? Because it's kind of the same situation, right? Although that one released before most theaters were back open, I guess.
It's a great question. So it depends on your deal. Most of these people who are in these Marvel movies, when you've done multiple, you start getting into box office like back end points.
Right.
The interesting part about this to me, again, Scarlett Johansson is just pretty much blowing up her career, which is fine. But I think, Nick, you said that this was the last movie she was doing, right? Because I don't watch this shit. Yeah. This is the last, that was the last one, right? She's not doing any more sequels or any, yeah. So that's fine. But the interesting part of this is The Rock is actually not going to sue,
She's
says.
she's married to Colin Jost, so she probably spends most of her time trying to keep his giant, enormous head upright.
Yeah.
Right? She probably spends most of her time balancing his head.
Great triceps.
At this point.
Great
Well,
triceps.
It's
on
a
her.
good, any kind of time you're doing a workout where your hands are above your shoulders, you're going to get a lot of good shoulders. So she's probably got traps now.
Probably.
I don't know. I haven't
Bear
watched
traps.
this, I haven't watched this movie yet, but
No, I haven't either. But so Jungle Cruise is taking a similar approach, which is out now with The Rock. The Rock has responded by saying, I'm going to take a different approach rather than suing because
Yeah.
The Rock wants to be a movie star.
yeah, The Rock is going to take a different approach, as in he's going to be like, hey, Disney, why don't you go ahead and give me more points on the next two movies I do? Because he knows every single one of them is going to make money.
This is a bad idea, man.
Well,
if you're her.
if she wants to roll out, it's not that bad of an idea, I guess. I mean, she's going to get paid for sure.
Yeah, look, and she's already richer than Jesus anyway, so I guess, who knows, man. Maybe she's at the point where she's like, I just want to have kids and fuck off.
She's 36.
And be married
so-
to Colin Jost.
Yeah,
You know?
she's. I think her career earnings are somewhere in like the 170 million range. So she's
yeah.
probably fine.
Yeah, she's going to do all right. And then this, she'll win this suit.
Yeah.
I know what these are. Like on the back end of this, as far as actors go, there's usually a guaranteed number of theaters, a guaranteed percentage of box office, and they violated all of it.
Well, even by putting it on, Drew Lemax is saying on HBO Max or Disney Plus, it was $30.
$30, yeah.
To rent it. So, is the suit that she got the box office stuff, but not the digital sales
Correct.
back end?
Yep.
I mean, obviously she's gonna fucking win that.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. And we
That's
were
stupid.
chatting about it right before we went on air.
Like those entertainment suits like that, those civil suits, almost always go in favor of the person filing the suit.
Well, the
If they
contracts
have-
are extensive.
Yeah.
So you know what's in there and what's not in there.
I don't think she would sue unless it said unless the language was vague enough to mean all sales.
Yeah, she's going to win this. I just don't think Disney cares, and that's what we were talking about before we went on air. I think Disney looked at the numbers and were like, fuck it. You know, who gives a shit? Let her sue, and then you're kind of dealing with the rest of them. Because the only person that big would be The Rock, who probably had box office points, but clearly he went behind closed doors and was like, look, I still want to be a movie star. I don't want to fuck shit up.
The
Let's
Rock's
go.
not going anywhere.
No.
He wants to. He's going to be like Schwarzenegger. He's just going to keep doing stuff
forever
until he dies, probably, and then get into politics at some point.
I guess. I watched that thing on Entertainment Tonight.
Any idea what his maid looks like? Just out of curiosity, I know he's got a French bulldog that's pretty cute.
He's no longer married to his first wife and is remarried to somebody else. And
You talking about The Rock?
yep. It was a long marriage, and then magically married somebody new, and then they had a child immediately. I don't want to get into it. I don't know The Rock's whole shit, but
Sounds like he's having a good time to me.
But I know his whole shit.
He's making a lot of money. So
Yeah, and so is the ex-wife, because she was the lawyer, and I believe like his brother-in-law, like that's his workout partners.
she was a lawyer or his?
Both.
Oh God.
Both.
That's not good.
No, they're all still together. They're all still running The Rock shit, dude. All of them. So some kind of deal was cut, because they're all even the brother. Her brother was like his workout instructor or whatever the fuck it was. So they're all still there. I don't know what happened or why, but he's got like a team of 30, and The Rock has got it figured out. Very Garth Brooks.
Is the Tom Cruise sitch?
No.
Okay.
No. He's not a Scientology guy.
Oh,
Not
okay.
a Scientology guy.
Okay. I didn't know if him and Will Smith got together.
Who knows? Look, that's still on the table. Next up, Adam Kinzinger's was a little bitch, Dan.
Yeah, he is. He is a small human as well. But when we say little bitch, we mean he's like personality, character, little bitch, right?
But this is all new.
I just want to be clear about that.
Yeah, and this is all new. Like, I get you're up for re-election and everything else, but Nancy Pelosi, noted white-collar criminal, obviously, whose insider trading has made her tens of millions, has recruited Kinzinger as her puppet to sit on the January 6th investigative panel that the rest of the party has chosen to ignore. I wonder why. God, I can't think of anything, to be honest with you, of why they would choose to ignore this. Probably because it's all bullshit and like nothing's going to be fair about it.
Well, I've got some thoughts, right?
Do you? You don't say.
On the so-called insurrection.
You don't say.
I just wonder. I wonder. Let's just lay out a couple of facts, like a linear chain of reasoning here. So
Sure.
We're in the most armed country in the history of the world. Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to
Guns.
so like private gun ownership. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we have more guns per person probably than any other country ever. And you're talking about a group of people who represent the primary gun owners, right? These conservatives or whatever, if you want to consider them far right, whatever you categorize them as, they are the largest pool of gun owners in the world. Mm-hmm. Like this small subsect of a larger group of Americans is the primary. They own more guns than anybody, right?
Yeah.
And they have, according to this premise from the fucking left, their intent is to storm the Capitol, overthrow democracy. This is an insurrection.
Yeah.
300 or 400 of them, not one fucking gun. Not one. So they came to take over the city and forgot their guns?
Yeah.
The most armed population in the history of the fucking world. Just left them at home. Jesus fucking Christ, man. If somebody shows up in slippers, they didn't show up for a fight.
No.
You stupid motherfucker. They showed up with goddamn cell phones so they could take selfies. And that's what happened.
So let me ask you this. What's the outcome of all of this?
Here's the issue. The left needs this to continue being a thing to distract everybody from all the bullshit they're doing, right?
Right.
All the bullshit they're failing on. And we'll get to Biden-Harris's approval ratings are way down. Sub 50 now, right?
Yeah.
Simply because of that bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's, you're not going to see them let this go. They've spent too much time on it. It's like the Trump impeachment thing. They got to a point that even they knew, like, this is fucking stupid. But you can't stop then, right?
Yeah.
You've invested too much time. You look like an idiot in front of your base if you do that. Well, you're about to lose a midterm election. This might be the biggest this might be the biggest balance switch in a midterm election since the Tea Party shit back in the day in 2014. This could be, because they are fucking everything up. And this grandstanding horseshit that's happening right now, and the fact that they're pulling these fucking goober Republicans over to try to fucking bolster their case somehow, out of the at a minimum 300,000, but the estimates I heard are 1.3 million people in the Capitol to protest that day. Let's say it's the lower number, it's 300,000. 300 or 400 dum-dums fucking stormed into the Capitol building because of panic or whatever stupid bullshit happens in mob psychology. Not one of them brought a gun, but the narrative is that there was a coordinated, concerted effort to overthrow the U.S. government.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking nonsense.
Yeah,
So why do they keep
do that
pressing
without
it?
guns? I'm with you on this one. It's the only thing you're gonna hang your hat on, I guess. The odd part about it to me is like no one really cares. I'm not sure who this is for. I guess besides your own party, but
it's to demonize the other side. They want
it is, but
they want to take a very small group of people who didn't even do what they said they did, by the way, and say all Republicans do that or all conservatives do that or whatever. Right. It's just this is typical nonsense.
But what I mean is like, what's the end results? Like when they put a stamp on this of like, all right, great, this is over. Here's your answer, America. Then what?
They're going to drag it out as long as they can, right? But they'll drag it'll depend. They'll start this investigation, and then they'll start running polls and see how people are feeling about the investigation. They'll release little bits of findings like, oh, today in the news or today in the investigation we found out X, Y, and Z, and they'll try to craft a narrative around it. They'll put it out into the public. Then they'll run some polls for the next 2 or 3 days and see how it hits. And if it's not hitting, they'll dial it back and try to find something else, and so on and so forth. These people are just trying to fucking get more powerful. That's it. This is all fucking psyop bullshit.
And
it's typical.
And right now they're breaking into like, you know, NBC and all that stuff, showing live footage from testimony on the Hill. Why?
It's going to dominate the news cycle for a little bit, provided people continue to engage with it. I honestly don't think they will. I don't think people care about this.
I don't think anybody cares. But to be honest, I really don't hear too much about it. Like the Olympics has pretty much dominated everything. And NBC, once their Olympic coverage started, then the other shit ended for them. So they were like, all right, great. We've got something else for ratings?
Yeah.
Here we go. So all of it seems pointless to me. I just wonder if there's going to be some end-all speech on the front steps with Pelosi and Schumer saying, yeah, we solved it. We found out what it was, and here's where it came from and how.
Yeah, well, you know.
Because, again, if you don't have guns and you want to overthrow the government, how, you're just going to do that with fist?
I don't know what their real plan was.
I don't either.
I would love to hear.
It seemed like a bunch of selfies in there.
I'd love to hear somebody answer that question from the left that's trying to make this case. Like, so you're telling me that this is a coordinated effort spurred on by Trump and his public comments. You're telling me all that. So what was the plan? So you saw everything happen. Everything happened. So what was their plan? Who was the leader? Who was saying what to do what, right? So how if you're saying that this is a coordinated attack, that is demonstrably untrue, right? It's just if you're saying that it was an insurrection, that's not what that word means, right? I don't get it, and I don't understand why they're going all out on this. I think it's a big mistake because everybody still remembers last summer when a couple of $1 billion worth of damage was done.
Yeah.
And they didn't say a goddamn word. As a matter of fact, Jerry Nadler is talking about Antifa's not real. Like, what about that guy standing there with an Antifa flag? Is he real?
No.
Is he real, Jer? Fucking retards, man.
I think both sides will go back to this. And again, I don't know that either side cares. We'll see what happens in this midterm election here in 2022. But for now, again, unless they come out with an answer at the end of this and say, all right, it was Steve Broussard who started all of this and organized it. Not the ESPN reporter, obviously. Different Broussard. This one's 3 S's in it. But unless there's some fucking grand answer to all of this, it's a waste of fucking time.
I mean, I guess the investigation I would like to see is why.
COVID's the only thing I would really be interested in.
I mean, just from the January 6th stuff, I would want an investigation into the public claims made by AOC that she felt like she was going to get raped when she wasn't even in the building.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I would like to hear from the Capitol Police on why they were just ushering people inside. I'd love to hear that because right now the Capitol Police are arresting people for not wearing masks in the Capitol. That guidance got put out this morning.
That's fun,
right?
Yeah.
So you know. This is all just fucking nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Yeah, dude. Again, you're not going to have an answer to the end of this, or at the end of this, and that's it. I don't know. Again, what the hopes and dreams are. All of these fucking hearings, though, steroids and everything else, and I've said this before, have been a colossal waste of money and time. If we're going to do one of these goddamn things, let's do it on COVID. Let's just the origin of COVID. Just find out where that came from, because it has killed millions of people. Like that I can understand. Like that killed a fuck ton of people.
Well, maybe.
So that's it. If you're going to spend money, let's spend money going after that, I guess.
And like I said, I think I mentioned this yesterday, but Kinzinger is just trying to position himself as the Joe Manchin of Congress. Like he wants to be that middle point, so he's always in the conversation. You know what I mean? That's just all that is ego. Because he's not doing, if he was trying to bridge the two sides of his own party together, which he's not, that would be one thing. But what he's trying to do is be a focal point at the bridge between the right and the left. That's nothing right now in Congress. Your own party can't get its shit together. There's two wings of your own party, and you're out there doing that shit. It's all about him. Yeah. And that's how I know that he's a little bitch. Yeah. Right?
And in that district, it's probably what they need there, and it's probably what he needs to win. And I'm guarantee you that was part of the plan.
Just again, if you're putting putting your own needs before the needs of the people, then you shouldn't be allowed to serve.
No. Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. Next up, the government and the media has lied about COVID. Big shock.
Yeah.
But that's what I want. That's what I want on there. Look, we all know the media and the government's full of shit. Mm-hmm. They're going to leverage all the tragedy and fear to make more money, and that's what's happening right now.
Money and power. Yeah. I mean, they're not only are they exercising an incredible amount of unconstitutional control over people, they're also buying billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars worth of vaccines that clearly don't work.
Yep.
Right? I mean, the CDC's guidance now is like, hey, whether or not you're vaccinated, you better wear a mask. Like, okay, so what the fuck was the point of all that shit?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Nonsense. It's all nonsense. Also, the natural immunity is definitely outperforming any of the available vaccines right now. Mm-hmm. That's data you can find from Israel and their studies, in the UK from their studies as well. The Delta variant that everybody's fucking shitting their pants over. The UK has already gone through it. They're already on the downslope of their spike a month after their fucking initial spike. So it's about a month-long period. Shut the fuck up.
The other interesting part about this is, in this report here, is that 646 people died from the flu last year.
Right, so
typical year, it's usually around 40K.
They're having to admit now that they're full of shit, but they put it out piecemeal, right? They don't put it all out at once. They put out like, here's the new guidance. Like, that's not new guidance. That is diametrically opposed to what you just said. Not just in substance, but the facts are wrong. You know what I mean? The PCR test, the most common test given, the rapid fucking COVID test, the most common, the one that you went to in a drive-through somewhere, mm-hmm. whatever the fuck, at whatever point, cannot distinguish between COVID and influenza. Oops.
Which is awesome.
Oops.
Which is awesome.
And then you get to the number that 646 people died from the flu in all of 2020, right?
What happened to the other 40,000? Did flu go away? Let me ask you this.
Maybe COVID cures the flu.
Maybe.
Yeah, so if you see somebody with COVID and you're feeling flu symptoms, let them spit in your mouth, because that's the only way to really handle it at this point. Jesus fucking Christ, man. So this is for you. By the way, the impact of this shit, the number of these numbers that they completely lied about, right, were used to shut down businesses, shut down the entire country. 600,000 small businesses in the United States will never reopen after this shit. It prevented people from traveling, from seeing their sick relatives in the hospital as they were dying, people that actually were dying of COVID or COVID-related symptoms. Mm-hmm. They weren't able to see them, be with them in their final moments. Businesses, social media, people were banned all over the place on social media, and none of them were real. None of these numbers were fucking real. God fucking damn it. So this is for you, CNN and MSNBC, even Fox, Biden, Harris, Fauci, all you fucking cunts, get fucked.
Yep. Yeah. That's where we are here with all of this. Fauci's still talking today. Why does he have a job?
Somebody should sew his fucking mouth shut, like Wolverine Origins, like they did to Wade Wilson there. Sew his fucking mouth shut and then put a staple gun right through his head. Boom, boom, boom.
I'd like to see
staple him up to the wall. Like pull his skin back and staple him to the wall and just have him hang there until he's fucking gone.
I'd like to see his asshole sewn up. And then just
I don't
feed
know
him
if you can do that. That might be sexual
Del
assault.
Monte burritos over and over again. You're not taking any pleasure in it.
What's that?
You just want to see it explode. Just keep feeding him Del Monte frozen burritos until it's just all the seams burst.
I don't know how. I mean, you would have to sew it up and then let it the skin completely heal, right? Because if it was still sewn, then the shit would just go through the cracks.
You'd pop a stitch.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, you don't. I think you wait a while. I think you wait 2 or 3 days, re-stitch it, and re-sew it back up. And if you're doing that, I would highly recommend you do it on a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros.
I've done a number of surgeries on ghost beds.
Oh, yeah.
So
No better place to get your asshole stitched up than on a fine white mattress from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. I would get a cover because it's going to get messy, obviously. It's going to be a lot of dookie water, a little bit of blood there. And I might want to have a cover on that because it's a nice mattress and you don't want to ruin it. 30% off everything in the entire store right now. 2 free pillows with the mattress. The pillow topper's got 5 levels of magic in it. I don't even, 5 zones is what it says on the thing, dude. 5 fucking zones.
yeah.
We have 3 time zones in the United States. They've got 2 extra zones.
There's actually 4 time zones in the United States. So
Is there?
That's an embarrassing moment for you.
Not really.
Yeah, mountain time, bitch.
Is anybody surprised that I don't know that?
And Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one.
Hawaii doesn't count.
Why?
Oh, why would it?
That's a state,
Why
dude.
would it count? We annexed that fucking place.
We own it. We own Hawaii, dude. We
yes,
are Hawaii.
But yes,
Leave Hawaii
mountain
alone.
time, Russ.
Hawaii.
Leave Hawaii alone.
Alaska's a different one as well.
Yeah, Alaska doesn't count either.
So
Why would it?
so what do we got? 5 times?
That would probably be
Oh, shit.
7
6.
or 8.
How many time zones?
we gotta start counting U.S. territories too. So.
No, we don't. States only.
Yeah,
Guam?
now you guys are halfway into the fucking Philippines, and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Well,
are we guamming it up?
This has nothing to do with Ghost Bed.
It does.
If we include territories, I think we take over all the time zones. I think we just realized that the U.S. controls the world.
The sun never sets.
On the east.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it can in a ghost bed. You can kick your legs back and have the sun set right on your face at ghostbeds.com/Drinkin Bros. 0 down, 0 interest, 36 months. Get on it, dude. What the fuck you doing with your life? Choose, dude. Bloods or Crips. You choose one.
Yeah, but just be careful of that random fan running into the ring after the fight.
It's true.
Blueface.
Blueface.
Had to whoop some. He had to whoop a second guy's ass.
R.I.P.
That's got to be if that's real, and that was definitely a fucking blood that ran into the room and tried to fight him like that. That's really embarrassing to get smacked around and then, dragged through the fucking stands basically on national television.
I saw him handcuffed towards the bottom of the stage, and he was pretty fucked up.
Oh,
Oh, well. And the beauty of it is he took off the huge gloves and actually just beat the guy with his fucking bare hands, which
He
is
also
what it should
kind
have
of
been.
I think he hit David Feldman a couple of times, but David's a former boxer.
He's fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He's fine. Next up, Border Patrol is releasing illegal immigrants because they have COVID. This fucking story, man. A bunch of people sent me this. Did you hear about the one about the Whataburger?
Yeah, that's so in La Jolla.
Yeah.
At Whataburger, these people. So apparently, what's happening is CBP is putting people. They're quote unquote quarantining people in hotels. They're buying out entire hotels and putting illegal immigrants in them instead of just putting them in a catapult and launching them back over the fucking river, which is what I would do. You know what I mean?
Right. It's cheaper.
Well, a trebuchet maybe. I don't know about a full-on catapult.
Okay.
But a trebuchet is a weapon of war, and I'm trying to get those banned right now.
Got it.
Because we're going woke and going broke, like everybody says.
Yeah.
So, they're in Whataburger, this family of illegal immigrants, and they're just coughing and sneezing all over everybody and shit. Like, they're not even trying. I don't know, but the story seems kind of weird to me. It seems kind of fanciful. Like, I've been to Mexico a bunch. People don't just, walk around coughing and sneezing on people.
No.
You know what I mean?
No,
So
they
I think
don't.
maybe they were just like, well, these people are clearly fucking illegals. We got to call the cops about something. COVID's the number one thing. Let's call them about that. That's what I think happened. But anyways, it doesn't matter. The cops came, started an investigation, find out where these people are. It turns out CBP is putting them in hotels and telling them to stay there. But of course they're not going to fucking stay there.
Why not, though,
Because they
Dan?
don't have fucking DoorDash or Postmates, motherfucker. They got to go. They got to eat somewhere. What are they supposed to eat? The carpet in the hotel room?
Look.
God damn it.
You do what you have to do.
So this is part of the Obama era catch and release program.
Okay.
There's a spike going on. If the left actually cared about COVID, by the way, this is another way you can tell they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That it's all political theater. If they really cared, all these illegal immigrants wouldn't just like. There's a story ran the other day that DHS reported that 50,000 people since the beginning of this last bullshit, which is 6-7 months old now, 50,000 people have been released into the United States under the catch and release. They were given notices to appear, come back, and fucking obviously nobody ever does.
Yeah.
And they go to a sanctuary state like California, which will not tell DHS when the person moves around or even if they get arrested and go to jail, they won't tell them when they get out.
Yeah, they're not doing shit there.
No. So that's going on. And then I talked to a number of people at CBP, and they were like, yeah, try 50,000 a month.
Yeah.
That are just being released into the ether. So that's going to put us after next month at about 500,000.
It's great,
Sweet.
dude. Look, I think it's all going to be fine, Dan. I just like that it was outside of a Whataburger. That's when, they were
That's
all
pretty
right.
funny. Texas was like, all right, guys.
Hey,
it's
guys.
like when liberals found out the Taliban were killing dogs and shit. They're like, whoa,
Whoa. That's a terrible thing we're doing. We
Yeah.
should probably reverse course.
Somebody says, High and Angry says, we can make it fun with the world's largest or tallest water slide. That's not a bad idea.
I agree.
To be honest, I may have to, I'd have to carry my passport everywhere, because if I saw one of those slides, I'm getting on it.
It'd be awesome.
Then I'd have to get my way back into,
The old US of A.
yeah, I think you can just go in and out.
Probably.
I don't think we need stuff because of,
Doesn't appear that we can. I would love just to walk into another country, like
Well, I've done-
Canada.
well, I mean,
I just want to walk into Canada.
Can you imagine running into Canadian Border Patrol agents? They're like, hey, they just have all the medicine. Like, here, if you want, you don't have to come into the country. We'll just sell you the medicine right here. That's what they should do, and nobody would ever try to get to Canada again.
Fucking Canada, you can't even have like a DUI and get into that goddamn country. Let alone here, it's just like, nope, come on in. But it's wide open. Doors open. Help yourself.
A lot of people are commenting that they're also going to slice. So we need a policy. High and Angry, think this out a little bit more, man. Find out what the contingency plans are for all the dum-dums like me that are just going to jump on that slide.
Yeah. Look, I've been to Whitewater in Atlanta. Big fan of those slides. I could be easily fooled as well.
Yeah.
To go somewhere else. So maybe workshop it and come back with it another day. Next up, we got Cardomax.com. I am on one today. I feel just wild inside my head today.
You're on Cardomax?
I am hopped up on the Cardomax. It's in here, and a fly. I don't know if it attracts flies, but there's one singular fly that's going after my Cardomax right now, and I'm not happy about it because I don't want the fly all jacked up on fucking energy,
Right.
and then flying through a goddamn wall. Like, we have a landlord here, okay? This is a rented property for now. We are purchasing, but in the meantime, we would have to pay for that. And at Cardomax, guess what? You don't have to pay for your second bag right now. Buy one, get one free. Got a little BOGO sitch going on at the old Cardomax. So there's 15 little tiny pouches inside the bag. You rip that open, squeeze it into any liquid you want, and you can get all jacked up on energy and just fucking break some shit.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
with the BOGO, here's what I would recommend. I'm going to go blue raspberry. I'm going to go pink lemonade, and then call it a day on that BOGO sitch. And guess what? We're about 36 hours out. That's all we have left on this BOGO sitch. So go to cardomax.com today. Get your fucking BOGO on. All right?
It is really good.
It's great. cardomax.com. Promo code DB on that. I didn't know if I said the promo code, but it's DB for the buy one, get one free. So do it now because you got 36 hours left. Promo code DB at cardomax.com. Next up.
Oh, wait. Somebody says if you bring proof of citizenship, there's a fast line to get back into the U.S. from Mexico. But if you have to stay in the slow lane if you just have like a driver's license or something, I guess.
Yeah. A fast pass would be great.
Yeah, that's what you need.
In and out.
Fucking, there's a lot of trolls in the chat today. Hey, you don't have to delete these people that are asking about Alex Jones. I don't give a shit. Let them ask.
Next up, we're all afraid of embarrassments, dreams, where we're in our underwear.
Yeah.
Well, this guy did it in real life in front of the entire world. Talking about this, the Jeopardy fucking champ. This is awesome, dude. He's not a champ, but it was a champ in my my heart, actually.
I mean, we do love lovable losers.
Yes,
what was
I
that
love
dude's-
losers. I love. They've got to be lovable at least.
What was that dude's name? Anthony Smith, the pitcher for the Mets. I think the Mets lost 26 consecutive starts of his, or some shit like that.
I was rooting for him to like go to 50.
Yeah, I didn't want him to ever win another game the rest of his life.
Me neither.
Which, I mean, he probably would have killed himself. But,
Probably. If you're a Jeopardy fan, this week you'll notice LeVar Burton, Reading Rainbow, has been the guest host. He's on it. Rogers is playing football again. I said this on another show, but LeVar Burton he's great at it. I think that's the dude, man. I think you got to slot him in and call it a day.
He's got a good tone of voice.
And his look, he looks
Conversationalist,
studious. He still looks great, and you're like, all right, yes, I believe you. You're smarter than me. So I think that's half the battle there. But look, there was a loser on the show who set the record for the lowest total ever. And I don't mind it because, look, it's like Lee Harvey Oswald. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? And with this, he just kept taking shots. I don't have a problem with it. He ended up with minus 7,400, which is a big boy total. I don't know that he got any questions.
Yeah,
right.
how do you have that amount to bet? Can you bet money you don't have?
I wish it was like The Simpsons, where Marge goes on there to win money and like ends in the negative, and she has to leave because Trebek's like, "You said you knew the rules before
Yeah.
you came on. Where's my money?"
Yeah.
But it's not.
Pop him up
That's
on screen, Bob.
That is unfortunate. That I mean, look, LeVar Burton, I don't know if he needs the money, but it would have been nice to get a little. $7,400, you could buy a fucking dog or something. Look at this guy.
Patrick. Look at Patrick. Look, he's dressed appropriately and everything else. And there's a look of shame in his eyes right there that just says, God damn it.
By the way, the rules of the game are like you can't. I guess the most amount of negative money you could have in regular time is if you made a bet on double Jeopardy and you went into the negative, right? I think
so.
Wait, no, that's not where you, at the end is where you get to name
you
what
would
your
just-
bid.
you would just lose
but
the
you
money.
But you can only bet
No,
up to what you
but
have,
he-
so that would take you to zero, correct?
But he
Yeah.
didn't even make it. He wasn't eligible
no, yeah, it's something he was
for
just
Final
getting the,
Jeopardy
right.
because he had negative money.
the
in his
$500
account.
questions
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he got that's the point I'm making here. It wasn't that he made a bad bet. It's that he answered so many fucking questions wrong that he got to negative 7,400.
It's great.
I don't know how many total points are on the board,
Yeah.
but that's a lot of negative ones for sure.
Well, I know in the second round, 2,000 is the last one. So I mean, you could ring up a debt. I was actually surprised when I saw this because I was like, what was the previous low number? And it was Stephanie Hull. Don't think we forgot about you, Steph. 2015, she lost 6,800. So he broke it by 600. But the way that the prices have jacked up, now that it's $2,000 in the second round, I'm surprised this isn't lower. Because if I was on there and I'm fucking losing, I just keep firing away and just keep pressing the button whether I knew it or not.
Yeah, I would fuck the game up at that point. It would be a really pathetic moment for me. I would get like super just bitter, like fuck this shit.
Same, dude.
Nobody's winning now.
That's it.
I don't know. Fuck you. How about that? Reading Rainbow. Where's your fucking visor, bitch? Or whatever. I don't remember what all of our Burton did. I'm
Some
sure.
people just want to see the world burn.
They do.
Well, I mean, we all
they
want to
do.
see the world burn. That's why every time you drive by a fucking car wreck, every motherfucker slows down to look. Don't fucking say some motherfuckers want to watch the world burn. Every single one of you cunts out there
Yeah.
want to watch it burn.
Yeah. I slowed down the other day for an accident. I did. I wanted to see. It was not what I was hoping for either. Not what I was hoping for.
What were you hoping for?
Wow. When that sheet's over the car, you know what I'm saying? Because when I'm in traffic,
But really,
that's more than an hour. I want to see a sheet over the car. Because we all say it. Hey, somebody
you
better have fucking died up there, dude. This is bullshit. Sheet over the car. If there's no sheets, then I'm like, that's why I missed that meeting today? Was this fucking bullshit? It was a wild one, too. It was a minivan that got smashed up by some, like, semi-truck or
so
whatever
you
it was.
think it's more acceptable for you once you get up to the wreck and you spent 45 minutes in the traffic, it takes some of the edge off to know that someone died?
I know
get
that's
it.
terrible.
No,
I
mean,
know
it is
that's
what it is.
terrible,
You
but
want-
it's like
it's a sacrifice. They sacrificed, their lives to make you feel a little better about their car wreck. I guess I don't know.
it's just one of those things where you're like, man.
I mean, misery loves company, and if Ross is going to be inconvenienced by being late, someone better be meeting the Grim Reaper.
I just, what happened? Like with this car that was all smashed up that I was late the other day or whatever it was, there was a fucking vacuum like hanging out like the back window. So the trunk had gotten smashed in. For whatever reason, the vacuum jumped up, and so it was the handle that was going through the back windshield. Homegirl was fine. Like she was on the curb, And I was like, man, was that worth it? Was it like that's not the image I didn't want some old dirty vacuum. It wasn't even like a new one or like a clean one. And you can tell.
Do you think maybe they were vacuuming up somebody's titties though, like I had to do with Brittany the other day?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could
maybe
be.
they were eating snacks in there, crumbs, vacuumed the titties, and that's what caused the wreck. That's why it's hanging out of the back now.
Could be.
I am not a crime scene investigator, folks. I don't know what happened there. All I know is that
No.
I actually don't even know if any of this is real.
Me neither. I know what is real, though. The DB merch. Look at this, kids. Drinkinbros.com. Got the new merch. Everything's in. We keep adding shit, too. And look at the mugs are in. T-shirts are in. Hoodies. We've got chairs, coolers, all of it. And while you're there, if you need to submit for Drinkin' Bro of the Week, you can also do that as well. Go to drinkinbros.com for the merch. It's out. It's available. All sizes, shapes, colors, and everything else. We keep adding stuff. Is the Jack one going in there, by the way?
Oh man, nobody knows about that yet.
No one knows, and I'm not gonna spoil it. Obviously, I don't know what we're naming it.
It's so I.
We won't say it.
I don't know how
we
to
won't
explain it.
say it. Yeah.
I walked in and saw something one day that made me think of Jack as some creature.
Yeah.
So obviously I had it made into a cartoon.
It's great.
I think it's hilarious, and it will get released at some point.
Yes.
But just not yet. I haven't even shown it to him yet.
Oh, he doesn't know? Well, he's in Sweden, right? He's coming back.
He got back yesterday, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So he'll be on the Friday Night Jack sesh on Patreon, Drinkin' Bros podcast on Patreon. Jack Mandeville is back from Sweden, so he will be back on the bed answering your calls. Next up, the honeymoon is over for Biden and Harris. This little goofy narrative that Biden and Harris are so popular and only a small minority of people dislike them has now been disproved by national polls, which I actually find shocking. Biden's approval has now fallen to 46%, and his disapproval is at 52% nationally, even in California, where Biden won nearly 64% of the vote. Wink. He now polls at just 59% approval and 37% disapprove. Now, the California thing, I understand.
Not good.
No, they're back into lockdown, and there's some folks that aren't happy.
Yeah, he's that recall is not looking hot for him out there either. Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. Now, Kamala Harris, she's always been less liked than Biden. She's slipping as well.
Yeah.
She has an unfavorability rating of 3 points higher than Biden, with polls almost, with all this shit, the polls amongst younger voters, by the way, as high as like 48% on that.
Yeah.
With all this shit, it's
Which is really bad.
Is any of this fucking real?
Usually, when Democrats do well in elections, the young vote is there typically, and the fact that people aren't hyped on Kamala Harris is a big problem for them, right? Because there's no chance that Biden's running again. He won't make it to that. I'm not saying he's going to die. I'm just saying I don't think he won't be able. The polling will be too low. The DNC is not stupid. The polling will be too low, and he won't be able to overcome it with his fucking folksy regular man on the street stuff because he's getting crazy and he can't fucking string a sentence together. And he keeps. Look at last time how he had started to digress into challenging people to fights and shit. Like there's not another campaign for president in that man. And if Kamala Harris is. It's like fucking when John McCain jumped into the race because Cheney wasn't going to run, right? It's that situation. You're not going to win. There's no fucking way, because the Republicans will carefully select a person, the RNC will carefully select a person, and then promote them for all that time. And then you just have this fucking hodgepodge of bullshit, people that aren't liked versus people that are. Bernie might make another run. Who knows what the fuck AOC is going to do?
He is got to be that would put him at like 83 or 84
He's gonna
years
live
old,
forever.
I think. He is.
That dude will
He's
never
not going to die. Those mittens have him fully protected for at least another 10 years. With her, though, with Kamala, this isn't shocking. She wasn't likable during her presidential run.
No, she was the first person bounced.
She was the first person out.
Yeah.
And, you know, this laugh that they keep showing when she gets uncomfortable and things like that.
CNN actually did an article on her. I think it was CNN or maybe it was Washington Post. Like, half of the country thinks that fucking Kamala's laugh is horrible, but the other half think it's endearing. Not one motherfucker thinks it's endearing.
No.
Jesus Christ, dude. Stop fucking with that bullshit. God damn it. Nobody thinks that. What did you fucking do, a poll?
It's crazy, man.
This is the most retarded shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, because she's not going to win. And like they're saying,
she is unelectable.
No.
In the front, right?
So they're saying all these bad polls are triggering worries from the Democratic Party. She's not going to win anyways, man. That's not your fucking dude. I don't know who it is coming out of that side, because one would imagine you're probably going to go more progressive, like AOC-ish. I would guess in the next election. I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be a progressive test on each issue. I think they're just going to weigh each issue and decide what they need to be progressive on and what they don't. By the way, Biden has started. He's on the same immigration track that Obama was on. Come in and fucking, hey, everybody, let's come on in, motherfucker. And then 6 months in, he's like, we're deporting everybody.
Everyone, yeah.
The deportations have gone up exponentially in the last fucking 20 days.
Yeah.
Like, big time.
Yeah, because you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, at some point, you got to get those fucking trebuchets ready.
Yeah, what were you going to say? Was it Bobby?
Yeah, I don't think AOC will be old enough to run for president next time still, but I'm not positive on that.
Bobby, did you want to look before you talked or no?
But doesn't stop
I
my
did. I
looking
got to do
from
the.
having
I got to do the math on it. It's really, really close.
It would have to be. She'd have to be 35 by the time she assumed office. But even then, I don't think.
Isn't she like 32?
She's 31, October 13th, 1989. It's like razor thin. That's why I was like, I'm not sure.
No,
that would.
It's not. It's not razor thin because
That would put her over by like. Yeah,
she wouldn't be inaugurated until January of 2025, right?
So
Yes.
she'd be eligible.
Yeah, she'd be eligible.
We're also like the same age, so maybe AOC, if you're out there, if anyone knows her, give her my number.
Do you have a boat?
Do you want to bone AOC?
I think it could change it, Ross.
I don't think that's possible. But look, I understand it.
I did see somebody. This is really funny. I don't know if you guys have seen this on the internet yet. This black dude that's a reporter for Project Veritas, right? Puts on a BLM shirt and sees her at some event. And he goes, hey, do you mind taking a picture of me? She goes, oh, yeah, of course. And he goes, by the way, I just want, he just keeps staring into the camera. He's like, by the way, I want to let you know I'm here from Project Veritas. And she's like, oh, and her team steps in and tries to usher her out of there.
No
and
way.
shit. Yeah, and you could see the anger in her eyes. It was really funny.
It's funny. I will say this on the conservative side of things, like all of my conservative friends are like, dude, I'd fuck AOC. Every single one of them. Because you want that crazy. And I understand that. Like, I understand the whole shit. And if it wasn't for all the other bullshit she does, yeah, she's attractive.
She just needs a strong, positive male influence in her life, Ross.
You're not that's not you.
I mean,
Giorgio.
look at the man. She's is that a marriage? What's happening there?
They're together. He's like a normal
He looks like fucking Gumby. He looks like a ginger
red
Gumby.
Yeah, he's a ginger.
So
it's a ginger. It'd be a weird looking baby. But hey, whatever, man. I think he runs all the back end, like the social media shit and everything else.
I bet he gets his back end run. Nailed it.
There it is.
Anybody?
Breaking news, by the way, over 25% of new cases in Los Angeles are fully vaxxed.
Sweet.
What do you do then? Everybody's bitching about it. You got to go get vaccinated and everything else. It's like, dude, all these people, all these Olympians. The guy who, there was was it pole vault who just got iced yesterday because he had COVID and he was supposed to win the gold medal for us. He's the guy, Dan, who stopped midway down the runway because they were playing the national anthem back in 2016.
Right.
he's out with COVID. It's like all these fucking people are vaxxed, dude. And now they can't do the thing that they've been training for 4 years to do.
Yeah.
Sucks, man.
I mean, it's
25% of new cases in LA. They're all fully vaxxed. What the fuck, dude?
And it's the same thing, actually, to a worse degree in Israel, with the rate of vaccinated people getting infected. So the narrative then becomes that being vaccinated makes these symptoms less severe. But people are, even the CDC said today, I think, that they were trying to warn people by saying that it appears as though your vaccination status doesn't have any effect on whether or not you're going to get infected, right?
Right.
Which is, fine. Not all vaccines work that way, especially not with variants running around and shit like that. But if that's true, and the only real purpose of being vaccinated is to lessen the symptoms for yourself, then why the fuck is this still being mandated by anybody anywhere? That is my choice with my fucking body, which is what it always was, by the way. But it's now it's the only thing that exists in that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we can just get it. We'll see what's in the bill, right? That's Pelosi. That's what she said with Obamacare. Let's just pass this bill so we can see what's inside.
Yeah, we'll look at it later.
It's 35,000 pages. We've had 2 days. What the fuck you guys been doing?
Next up, Congress, China, and the NBA. More than a dozen NBA stars may soon be facing off against Congress as Republicans are demanding that NBA players sever endorsement contracts with Chinese sportswear firms Anta and Li Ning, whose cotton supply chains are implicated in forced labor in China's Xipeng.
Man, cotton's got a really bad history.
Terrible. On both sides.
What are the two sides?
China and the United States. Yeah. So I mean, if you're gonna put anybody on trial, probably put cotton on trial.
Yeah, I would. Cotton's clearly the fucking problem.
Yeah, I don't know if it's people are fucking
I'm
crazy
going to
about
full
cotton.
nylon, buddy. Nylon and leather. That's all I'm going to wear from now on.
Players involved with these two organizations include Jimmy Butler, Jay Butts, CJ McCollum, Klay Thompson, Dwayne Wade, and others.
But it's nobody that you can easily hate, unfortunately.
Yeah. If it was LeBron.
Yeah, but Nike's, all their shit's in Cambodia now. Which
is it really?
I think it's only like kind of slave labor.
Is Cambodia a real country? Do they recognize that, or is China own it?
I mean, I don't know.
The deal with all this shit is kind of like we said at the top with this fucking stupid ass trial for the Capitol thing.
Yeah.
Once you start doing it, you're just going to go back and forth on both sides for stupid ass shit. This is a fucking waste of time as well.
I think this is I think this is less of a waste of time than the steroid thing. Like the steroid thing had no impact. There was no negative impact on anybody.
Right.
Except for maybe the long-term health of some of the people that were using them incorrectly. But there was literally no negative impact on society. You can't, kids are going to fucking start taking performance enhancers. Like, okay. Just normalize it, make it fucking happen in the right way, and then people will use them in the right way. The same thing with this is the same goddamn argument made against the fucking abstinence-only sex education. That shit's fucking stupid.
Wow.
People are fucking, dude. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? And people are going to use whatever advantage available to them should it be easily accessible. So why not just fucking regulate that, or at least educate people on how it fucking works. Like, hey, you can't do this without doing this. You need to take ACG as well to make sure your balls still work. You need to get like prostate checks and make sure your fucking butthole's not got cancer now.
Yeah,
etc. And in this case, they're not gonna do that though.
She can't get pregnant if she's on top.
Yeah, and with the steroids thing though, it wasn't like there was none of that existed. There was no negative effect happening because of what they were doing, except for it was something for Congress to grandstand about and let Rafael Palmeiro cry on stage and shit. And I think Mark McGuire cried. No, Rafael Palmeiro pretended not to know English.
No. Sosa pretended not to know English. Palmeiro was the one that was like, listen, I have never done it, and then got busted for doing it.
He didn't. If the internet had existed before then, I think he would have seen all the Bill Clinton memes. Right, and not use that strategy, probably.
Yeah.
But anyways, this one, actually, there are slaves involved, so maybe we should probably pay attention to this.
Are there?
Yes.
We don't.
Uyghur
Dan,
Muslims.
We don't know.
No. Uyghur
We
Muslims
don't know.
are being enslaved and forced to do this cotton. And it's the unfortunate part is it's a bunch of likable guys. And the guy that is doing the investigation here, Representative Scott Perry from Pennsylvania. I'm not familiar with his work. But in this case, he's saying, look, if they didn't know before, that's one thing. But now you know.
Right.
So what are you going to do about it, right? It's a good question.
It is.
By the way, the products from one of these companies, Laning, I think, or it's either, it's one of these two, Anta or Laning, have been banned from the U.S. You cannot buy their products here.
Oh, no shit.
Correct. Because of this shit.
Got it.
So it's like, why are you still being, it's hard to argue that you're coming from a position of ignorance if the products can't even be sold in the United States, because if you're getting millions of dollars in sponsorship dollars, they're telling you what to do and how to promote the product.
Yeah.
Did it not occur to you at some point that people can't buy it here and why? Motherfucker.
The weird thing to me is, I doubt these players have ever been out to the cotton fields out there and we're like, man, where's this coming from? You know? They probably don't fucking know.
No,
They
of
know
course not.
now, obviously.
But they know now, so we'll see what they do. Short version is China is a piece of shit country with piece of shit leaders and no moral compass, and we need to do everything we can, from textiles to computer chips and whatever we got to do. Build iPhones that cost more money or something. Get the fuck. China should be isolated. They should not be allowed to exist on the international market.
Yeah. I agree, but it's going to continue. This is only going to continue.
Yeah, no one cares.
I'm surprised they didn't drag LeBron into this shit.
No, he's with,
It would have been a flashy name, you know?
he's with Nike.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Nike's already under so much scrutiny. Like
Yeah.
I think they've pretty much cleaned up their act.
No shit. You don't say.
Well, I mean, they're still they just move from market to market. So whomever has the best deal. So you can go in South Vietnam. Vietnam has a deal with China where you can manufacture in Vietnam and then ship it to China to get assembled or whatever, and you don't pay an import tax at all. Then it only gets taxed on the way out. So there's a lot of deals around there for people that are making shit like that.
Fuck, dude. I've never been over there. Have you been over there?
To China?
Yeah.
No. Fuck am I going to do in China?
I heard there's cheap Airbnbs right now. So
yeah,
you can go for about $39 a night.
I'm all set. Can you imagine how long should you expect me to be a free person in China? 12 seconds? Like fuck that shit. I'm not going over there.
Well, the Olympics were over there in Beijing, and everybody seemed like they were having a decent time.
I guarantee you a bunch of people disappeared over there. But it's not as bad as Russia, where wild dogs were waiting for you in your hotel room that didn't have a door.
I like that.
Right?
I like that a lot, though. I was a big fan of Russia's wild dogs.
Look, if you're going to be an Olympic athlete, you got to be ready to put it on the line.
Yeah.
I don't understand why everybody's so fervently coming to the defense of Simone Biles. The thing that makes Olympians so great is the fact that we know it sucks. We understand that you're going through all of this fucking bullshit, and the fact that you persist through it is what we admire. Not the fact that it exists and you tried. Get fucked.
Yeah. And then Homegirl won.
Yeah, that was cool.
Suni Lee. Can't wait to watch that tonight. I know I said that earlier, but I'll say it again. Her presser, though, afterwards was rad because she was like, dude, there was so much extra pressure put on me because of all of this. And it was like, but you still persevered,
Yeah,
right?
you did
Won
the work.
Golds.
That's
Look
what
at that.
that's what we admire. A firefighter standing outside of a burning building isn't exactly, a fucking hero yet. You got to run into that bitch, rescue the people first. Then that's the implicit act is what associates you with the difficult thing, right? And makes you extraordinary as a person. Now, she's done this a bunch of times before. So maybe that earns her a little bit of fucking street cred in that regard. And she did give them time to rebound, so whatever.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. USA still won. It's fine. The interesting thing, though, was the twisties. I hadn't heard that phrase before.
Twisties, what does that mean?
She's got a case of the twisties, is where you're spinning around through the air.
Oh, vertigo?
And she didn't
There's
know
a
where
word for
she
that
was.
already. You didn't need to make up a new word.
They did.
Folks.
They did. It's called the twisties.
No, it's called vertigo.
Yeah. So look, it's weird for sure, but I can understand it.
I had vertigo the night before last, and then yesterday when I woke up a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. AIDS, probably. No, it's from I need to give blood.
Oh, got
My
it.
blood's getting too thick.
Got it.
Sometimes when my blood, I have like really high red blood cell count. So
They make you dump it out.
dump it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just get into a fight and let it happen that way.
It's the easiest way.
It's the easiest, but you can't really control it.
No, you can't.
Maybe I
Can't.
should do one of those bare knuckle fights with Paige Van Zant's dog. It's me versus the dog. But the dog's got to wear gloves. I'm not wearing gloves.
That'd be great. Everybody keeps sending us pictures of the dog, by the way. And yeah, we've chatted with Paige. Okay, she's keeping the dog. She's sad, but can't stop us from taking it if we just kind of show up somewhere. Although after seeing her hands after that fight, she'd put up a battle. She'd put up a battle for sure. Last but not least, here the first Catholic priest has been charged with raping a child, which is a fun thing. We always like to end the show on a high note here.
Yeah.
We always do here. Former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick, who was defrocked after a Vatican investigation confirmed he had sexually molested adults as well as children, has been charged with sexually assaulting a teenage boy during a wedding reception in the 1970s. Court documents obtained by the Boston Globe show that McCarrick is charged with 3 counts of indecent assault and battery on a person over 14. McCarrick is the first cardinal in the U.S. to ever be criminally charged with a sexual crime against a minor. That is shocking to me, actually.
Yeah.
He's 91 years old, so he's spry, and if he gets life in jail, that'll be about 4 days.
But he wasn't defrocked until 2019, so he was 89 or 88, I guess maybe, or I have no idea when his birthday is. I didn't really look into the guy too much.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll fucking get murdered at the earliest opportunity, but he rapes children.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you want me to say.
No.
Yeah, so the Vatican had apparently been hearing rumors since 1999.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. 1999. Jesus
So
Christ.
they gave it a good 20 years. That's how long it takes for the Vatican to run an investigation, I guess.
Yeah.
It's 20 years to find out if a guy's serial raping children.
Well, they're busy, Dan. They got a lot going on there.
What is it that the Catholic Church does exactly, aside from rape children and not pay taxes?
Not real sure. How many cardinals are there? There's not a lot, right?
Well, there's 27 on the roster this year, I think, instead of 25.
It's a 52-man roster.
Is
but-
it? Yeah.
well, no,
50, yeah.
but that's not until September, though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a St. Louis guy, Bob. How many cardinals are there out in the world?
203
203.
in the entire world.
Yeah. So it's not a lot. I'm surprised though that this is the first one. Why is it always the Boston Globe who's breaking this shit? By the way,
Because the Catholics are very powerful up there, right?
Hugely
I
powerful. in
assume
Boston.
that's probably where a lot of it happens.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
They did that whole movie on these guys. But why isn't anybody else reporting this?
I don't know. The Vatican investigation showed that they had received reports of this as early as 1999.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I
20.
don't know.
The 20 years.
It's
Obviously, it was buried.
It's shocking to me that this is the first cardinal that's gone down. I mean, where are the conspiracy charges for the cardinals who helped hide this shit under Pope Benedict? By the way, if you're wondering, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, there's bad apples in every bunch." The College of Cardinals elected the man, Pope Benedict. They elected him to be Pope after he had presided for a number of years over the institution that hid priests who raped children, who paid off the fucking families so they would keep their mouths shut, so on and so forth, right? The person who was in charge of making sure that they didn't fucking get caught raping children for decades got elected Pope. So if you don't consider that some kind of, at least tacit endorsement of his fucking behavior, you're a fucking idiot, right? Fuck goddamn Catholic Church. Why the fuck have they not been expelled from this country? If any other organization, foreign organization was here and they had a history of both raping and covering up the rape of children, they would be gone immediately. But somehow that's just fucking cool here because of the invisible sky tyrant up there.
Yeah.
People are afraid of offending Christians. Fuck that shit.
And he retired.
Who?
The Pope.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's like the
Benedict
first pope
retired.
to retire in a while.
Good for him. Why do you think that was?
Bad press.
Quitter.
Quitter.
Yeah,
Didn't want it.
he and Simone Biles are just... It's a comedy show, folks. Relax.
Kids, we leave the studio open. So anybody who's watching the show is able to stop by. Today, our Drinkin' Bro of the Week is actually in the studio. Come on up, my man. Come on up. We'll introduce your lady too here in a second, because there's a story behind that, my man.
Oh, I scored such a
Welcome. Yeah. Go about an inch from here. There it is. About an inch from the microphone. There it is. Leave it on his single too. That way, because you can see yourself now, and that way I want the full pressure. I want the full Olympic experience on you.
Appreciate that.
Best username in the chat, Brock Lobster. How? Why?
Last name's Brock. When I was at a military unit in Malmstrom, I had some buddies make jokes all the time. Just turned out to be the Lobster. So
Brock Lobster's awesome. You know
Brock
that, right?
Lobster.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought so.
We're a huge fan. Where do you live at?
San Antonio.
San Antoine, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's okay. Yeah. little busy. Too much traffic for me.
I like how you just say it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's the usual response for San Antonio. It's just like, fuck. What do I really say about that city? You know? It's like,
It's got the Alamo, so
yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne loved that one.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
good.
were all there. Yeah.
Good.
Me and Davey and all the boys.
Of course. Davey and the boys, dude. Davey and the boys. Yeah. When you came in today, because you were watching Ross Patterson Revolution earlier, you said, look, I'm married up as well, and I got a super hot wife.
Yes.
Is she allowed to come on camera too?
How's your makeup, babe? You ready?
Yeah. Come on up. We'll let the audience judge at this point. I'm kidding.
Bless your hearts.
Yeah, come on in. There we go. There we go. We were chatting earlier before the show started. You're from Arkansas.
I am.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, pull that up to her.
Yeah.
There it is.
Good.
There it is. Good to go. Good to go. Little Rock.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Is it as bad as the documentary says?
You know, it's not that bad. I don't want to dog on Little Rock. Like, that's where I'm from, my family. It's really not. It's not that bad. It has
Strip club, though. Wintergreen.
Oh, that's right. He was telling me about a strip club. Do you guys go to strip clubs together?
We do.
Do you really?
We love them. Yeah. we have
No
a good
shit.
time.
How do you get her to go?
Whoa. I get him to go.
No shit.
Yeah.
Do you guys switch it up, or
No.
do you invite others into the bedroom?
No, nothing like that.
You just enjoy it. It's just a fun time.
It's fun.
Is it the popcorn shrimp? Like, is it the buffets? Do you guys look for a good buffet, or is it more
steak
the
and fries? You know,
Steak and fries.
That's what gets us.
best strip club food? Go.
Yeah, steak and fries.
Is it really?
Definitely.
Crab cakes.
Crab cakes. Where at? Maryland?
I just made that up.
Okay, that would have been awesome if you're in Maryland and it's specific to the region where you're like, oh great,
Some lobster.
crab cakes in Maryland.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. How often do you guys go to strip clubs?
Not very.
We don't really go in San Antonio just because, like, that's where we're from. But, like, when we go to Vegas, like, other states, or if we venture out of the country, we try to experience it all.
Fuck
It's
yeah! Look at
fun.
that, dude. How long you guys been married?
A little over a year.
A little over a year. Congratulations. Oh, well, that explains it. If it's just over a year, yeah, you're still doing fun, flirty things like going to strip
it's
clubs and
gonna
shit
keep
like that.
going. It's gonna keep
You think so?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. How long you guys dating before you got married?
3 years? Yeah.
Both you don't know.
3 years.
Is this real? Are you guys even like a real couple? Have you been fooling us the entire day today?
I've hired her for the day, and I apologize.
You've hired her for the day? Yeah.
He met me on the corner.
Since you're here, we'll let you give Brock Lobster. We'll let you give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week away.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Slide on in. Slide on in. I mean, keep her in frame, obviously.
please, yeah, here.
Yeah, they don't need to see me here.
So Drinkin' Bro of the Week for me would be my grandfather. He's a cattle farmer in Oklahoma. His name's Ron Brock.
Okay.
He's pretty much my hero. Taught me, from growing up, just pretty much everything you need to know as work ethic, character, respect, all that kind of good stuff. So he's always been a great influence to me, and probably all the other males in my family, my dad and stuff like that. So
That's awesome.
Yep.
Cheers. Do you want to give away a Drinkin' Bro of the Week card?
Ooh.
People are asking for your Instagram handle. I would not give that out on air.
Oh, Lord.
eyes
For
on your own
sure.
paper, Chief.
Well, he would definitely be my first drinking bro, but you've already done that. Let me see.
Do you listen to the show with him?
I do. Every once in a while, I will.
Every once in a
the
while?
Truck.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so angry.
He gets so angry. Like he'll be listening to Dan, and like he gets in on it, and this vein is like bulging out of his head, and I'm like, you need to calm down. Like,
That's fucking
but I mean, I
hilarious.
guess that's what it's there for.
It is, yeah, dude. Yeah.
so.
That's awesome. Anybody you want to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to? Who is someone that inspires you?
Let's see. Definitely. Ooh.
Somebody from Arkansas. Who's the two most famous people in Arkansas? The Clintons?
Oh, the Clintons.
Who else?
else?
Sarah Huckabee?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, Billy Bob Thornton. That's right. You fucks.
Yes. Definitely my mom and dad. Especially my mom. Right now, she's going through cancer. She just got diagnosed with multiple myeloma. So
Oh, shit. I'm sorry to hear
She's been
that.
a troop, though. Like, she's about to do her 3rd round of chemo and stem cell transplants, and she's just been a trooper. So I had to say my mom.
All right. Well, shout out to your mom, and hopefully everything works out. Cancer fucking sucks. But more importantly, we appreciate you guys listening, stopping by the studio today, and hanging with us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
It's been so much fun.
Of course. And then tune into Drinkin' Bros Sports. I believe Hot Bob and Dan are doing baseball here. What do you reckon? 15, 20?
15 max, yeah.
15 max. Look
Max.
at you.
I'm ready to go.
Trade deadlines upon us. Tell me where Rizzo's going on the show. That's all I want to know.
I don't know where the fuck Rizzo's going, but the breaking news, he might not move, but the breaking news is the Padres are this fucking close to getting Scherzer.
Really? The
Yeah.
Fathers. That'd be a sexy move. Holy shit. They might actually win a fucking World Series. Amazing. We appreciate you guys being here for D'Anthony Hollaway. I am Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.